Tayo ay nabubuhay sa mundong may liwanag at dilim. Nagtatalo ang liwanag at dilim, pagsapit ang takip silim.
Guys, yung sinasabi kong tao na malaki dati na nakita ko, ganito yun. Itim na itim. Pero buwagag yung buhok.
It's a solid black form that doesn't seem to catch any of the light coming from the camera. It's as though the homeowner can't see the figure either.
Jeez, that's crazy.
In the event, watch what
Take
happens.
Japan. Oh shit. Oh. I just want to know where that ang libra putik. May kumakanta. Hindi ba siya yun? Takpe, yoko ng mga
The
ganito.
camera holder is startled when they spot a dark shadow standing by the monument.
이거 어떻게 되라고요 지금? 에? 아휴,
Then, just moments later, this happens.
우리 말로 해요.
Uy, puta! Sorry guys. Nagulat ako.
The chair slides quickly towards the camera holder.
우리 말로 해요.
Nagulat!
우리 말로 해요.
Gagi, min, hinabol siya ng upuan, no? Hello guys and welcome back sa Room 666. Panibagong reaction, panibagong video na naman para sa araw na ito. So, ang papanoorin natin ay mga nakakatakot or mga weird things na nangyayari sa loob ng fast food restaurants. So, bago mag-start, gusto ko lang magpasalamat kay Emma Chan kasi shoutout ako ni Chico Loco. Kilala niyo ba si Chico Loco, guys? Yung DJ sa radyo. Na-shoutout niya ako. Salamat, Emma. So, idol ko yun kasi nakikinig ako sa kanya ng mga horror stories niya na sinesend sa kanya ng mga listener niya. Grabe, halos lahat na ata ng ano yun, napakinggan ko na. Lalo na tuwing November. Kaya na-inspire din ako gumawa ng narration, horror narration. So, wag na natin patagalin to, guys. Let's start.
The paranormal and the occult have always aroused collective interest. And why not say it? The fear within each one of us. However, I've often said that sometimes reality can surpass any horror story out there. And what you will see in this video is the best example of that. On the outside, they are decorated with bright colors. Its aroma can awaken anyone's appetite. However, since its creation, several of these places have served as the setting of the strangest and most disturbing.
Teka lang, yung pinapakita pa lang yung patty. Anong naisip nyo? Putik. Yung nilalapag yung patty sa intro pa lang. Iniisip ko na kagad tao eh. Mga meat ng tao eh. Wag. Sabihin sinisiraan natin yung mga fast food chain dito.
Things you can imagine. And I'm not talking about things found inside the food, but about truly shocking situations and stories that occur within its facilities. Mysterious murders, disappearances, among others. Events so mysterious that they will make you think twice before choosing one of these places to eat. So don't go anywhere because my name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present the scariest things caught inside fast food restaurants. Number 6. Some time ago, the famous case of Bippo became known. The imaginary friend of a girl, who, incredible as it may seem, was photographed with her while playing inside a McDonald's in Mexico. Much was speculated about this image. Some believed it, while others had their doubts because of the quality of the image. or simply because the photo could have been easy to manipulate. However, what I bring next is not a photograph, but a video that makes it clear that the paranormal phenomena seem to occur frequently within these enclosures.
Vlogger si Kuya.
Qué linda te ves trapeando, Esperancita.
Ay, sí, me cagan los cierres.
Güey, ¿qué es eso?
¿Qué?
Güey,
What the F? Ano yun?
¿Qué?
güey.
Ha? Ano yun, men? Ay, may sumilip. Gagi, baka naman bata nagtatago dun. Jeez, that's
Unfortunately, I do not have the information that confirms that it is the same place. However, and although it is recorded quickly, the camera manages to capture a face that, if you look closely, shares certain similarities with the supposed girl's imaginary friend.
Legit? Gagi, kinikilabutan ako, guys.
Do you think it's about Beto? Is what the camera manages to capture a spirit?
Yan ba yung kanina, yung sa picture? Mukha naman siyang tao ah. Malay mo bata lang na nagtago na dun. Pero kung ano guys, kung legit to, tas haunted tong playground na to. Gagi, di ko na paglalaroin yung anak ko dyan.
Do you think it's about Beto? Is what the camera manages to capture a spirit? Tell me what you think. Number 5. I know I told you we wouldn't see things found in the food of these fast food places,
Crazy.
but it's one thing to find a razor blade, insects or nails, and quite another to find the mutilated part of a human body.
Shucks,
That's
kadiri.
correct.
Yak.
This
Kadiri, men. Putik. Anong part ng tao yung nasa pagkain? Diyos ko po. Pero yung razor blade na nakahalo sa pagkain, kadiri. Nangihina pa naman pag nakakita ko ng dugo.
happened, and it became the most traumatic event in the life of Ryan Hart, a 14-year-old boy from Michigan. It was 2012 when Ryan, along with his parents, came to enjoy one of the Arby's chain stores in his city. The young man ordered a roast beef sandwich to curb his already growing appetite. However, at the first bite, he felt something strange in his mouth. Something hard that clearly did not seem to be any of the ingredients of the sandwich.
Kadiri.
When expelling it, he found
Sa unang kagat, weird lahat. Weird kagad yung nakagat mo, no?
and although it is hard for you to believe, a human finger with skin,
yuck.
bone, and nail
Daliri.
included. How would
Ay, baka naman posible to yung pati kasi, di ba? Ginagawa. Eh, malay nyo may na-aksidente dun sa grinder. Napasama yung daliri. That's gross, man. Yuck. Kadiri.
you feel if you lived through something like that? Well, as you might guess, it was traumatic for the young man. So much so that for some time he was unable to eat or sleep. It later emerged that a restaurant employee had cut her finger on a meat processing machine while preparing the order. It all happened so fast, the employee left to go to the emergency room, while the other workers that were unaware of the injury carried out the order. A clear act of negligence that affected both the young man
guys?
and his parents,
Huwag nyo panoorin
since
to.
from that day
Huwag nyo panoorin to kung kumakain kayo. Kadiri. Pagkain kasi itong yak.
forward, they never went to a fast food restaurant again. Undoubtedly a terrifying experience. Number 4.
Biruin nyo yun. Daliri. Yak.
There is no doubt that the disappearance of a child represents one of the people's greatest fears, because the fact of not knowing where that being you loved and protect is, without a doubt, must be extremely distressing. That was precisely the terrible situation of a mother who lost her son, but not on the street or in a park, but inside a McDonald's restaurant. It was in 2017 that 8-year-old Mauro Mendoza Castañeda disappeared while he was in the play area of the establishment. The boy's mother noticed his absence when she went to tell him it was time to go home. There were 3 torturous days in which this woman did not know anything about little Mauro. Warning of this was shared on social networks and announcements in local media. But what drew the most attention was the complaint that the mother filed against McDonald's, since inexplicably they refused to show the security cameras on the pretext that some did not work.
What? Hindi pinakita yung CCTV. Siyempre, malaking ebidensya yun, di ba? So, sinabi hindi gumagana. Something's fishy.
Well, and that others simply did not turn on. A strange lack of empathy that unfortunately they never wanted to clarify. Could they have been involved in some way? Number 3.
Ako pala yung mic ko, sorry. Hindi naman natin alam kung ano nangyari sa kaso. Paano kung sira nga talaga yung CCTV ng McDo, di ba? Kawawa. Loko, hindi mo na alam kung nasan yung anak mo. Kaya guys, mag-iingat kayo yung mga anak nyo. Huwag nyo nga hayaan mawala sa paningin nyo. Kasi ang dami masasamang tao talaga. Lalo na yung mga may mga taong pedophile. Yung anak nyo isasama sa CR sa mga mall. May ganun akong napakinggan. Ingatan nyo guys, nakaka-trauma yan.
It was on October 29, 2014 that a young woman who was with friends entered the bathroom of a local McDonald's located in the town of Dover, Maryland. When she was preparing to leave, a piece of paper with red letters located in a corner of the sink caught her attention. As she got closer, she noticed that those letters were written in lipstick, which intrigued her even more. However, her surprise doubled when she read that note, which said, "I have been held against my will since October 23rd. Shocked by the disturbing message, she notified her friends, who immediately notified both the police and the local management. Upon seeing the security cameras, a protocol was activated that a few hours later found the woman's whereabouts. Brandon Turner, 28, was arrested while walking with a woman who ultimately ended up being the person who left the help note in the bathroom of the premises, declaring that the subject repeatedly abused her by having her tied for several days to a bed, until she convinced him to leave for a moment to get something to eat. A way that in the end gave the young woman the possibility of leaving that note. An extremely terrifying situation from which she was able to escape practically by a miracle. Number 2. In this position, we find a disturbing case that had an unscrupulous woman as its protagonist, and that unfortunately involved a small child in the United States. In 2019, the security cameras installed in a McDonald's located in the city of Los Angeles recorded the exact...
Napansin nyo ba? Puro sa McDo. Wala na ba? Tingnan mo matatapos na yung video. Puro McDo, guys. Grabe. Anong meron sa McDo? Diyos ko naman. Buti na lang maraming Jollibee sa atin. Jollibee na lang tayo, guys.
moment when Marilyn Ramos, a 33-year-old woman, took a 4-year-old minor by the arm, who was momentarily alone after the mother quickly went to the vehicle she had left parked.
Yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, guys. Dami masasamang loob. Mga nakukuha ng bata. Diyos ko naman. Tapos, gagawing pampatibay ng dugo pampatibay ng tulay yung dugo ng bata. Ay, nako. Tignan nyo, ganun lang kabilis, guys. Ilang seconds lang yun. Mawala sa paningin nyo yung mga bata. Diba? Iyak ka talaga dyan.
In fact, the minor was watching his mother when suddenly Ramos is seen entering the fast food restaurant with a firm step and directly going towards the minor, who was alone at one of the tables. There she pretends to be his mother as they leave the premises. Fortunately for the mother, when the young woman got in the car with her son, a witness tried to stop her and she did nothing but run away, leaving only the child, who luckily was not injured in this delicate situation. The woman's motive for trying to kidnap that child is still unknown.
Swerte, di ba guys? May pumigil. Eh paano kung hindi napigilan yung babae na yun? Ako, ano ang gagawin sa bata?
Number 1. In the year 2020, a news that went viral terrified half the country. The news said in its headline, 5 children are lost inside a Chuck E. Cheese. And it reported that the children not only disappeared, but impossible movements of the animatronics had also been reported during that and the previous night. It all started with the images you now see on the screen, where it also appeared that a worker had been found dead inside the facilities. This entire horror story of the disappearance of the children, the deaths, and the movements of the animatronics was nothing.
Uy, grabe ah, pinaghihinalaan ko to. Animatronics, baka mamaya naman. Kunwari lang na ano dyan. Kunwari lang na electronic yan, pero may nakamaskot talaga, di ba? Tapos kukuhanin yung bata. Naku po. Isa pa, may history na may namatay na ano, na employee. Ang ano doon, ang masama doon, kung nagmumulto yung ano, yung namatay doon. Hala.
More than a hoax, a lie, fake news created by fans of the game Five Nights at Freddy's. However,
Ito pala, dito ba kinuha yun? Alam niyo ba yun, yung ano, Five Nights Freddy shits? Dito pala yun, no? Sa mga staff toy na, sa mga ano, kaya pala, okay, animatronics.
this fast food chain indeed had been involved in a real horrific incident. You see, it was in the year 1993. Gerard Dunlap, then an 18-year-old young man, was fired from one of the stores of the Chuck E. Cheese pizza chain located in the city of Aurora, Texas. The reason? Problems of coexistence with his co-workers and not respecting work hours. Before leaving, he raised his voice and in a threatening tone said that he was going to take revenge, something that unfortunately 5 months later, he fulfilled. On the night of December 14th, Dunlap arrived at the location at 9:30 p.m., ordered a slice of pizza and chips for an arcade game. At 9:50 p.m., he moved and hid inside the bathroom of the premises, where he waited for the workers to close so that he could begin his macabre plan. He left the restroom after 10 p.m. and unleashed the massacre. Armed with a .25 caliber revolver, he killed 4 young employees of the premises, including some who were minors. Dunlap took a total
Texas, no? Another Texas massacre na naman. Ano ba meron dito sa Texas?
of $1,500, and around 10:20 p.m., he fled to his mother's apartment. According to police report, in the following hours, Dunlap would not have made any further efforts to escape, since he was detained by the police at 10 o'clock in the morning on December 15th. He surrendered without resisting arrest. Everyone expected the death sentence for the young man. However, the years passed, and to this day he remains in prison without a sentence for the horror committed. An insane act that stained with blood an emblematic place that was synonymous with entertainment and joy, but that ended in a disaster that even today, the residents of the city continue to mourn. Tragedies and strange situations that have marked these fast food chains and that put people on alert about the real level of security that these places provide to their customers. I hope you liked this video because we have come to an end. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.
So ayun guys, dyan na natatapos ang video natin ngayon. Huwag nyo kalimutan mag-subscribe kung bago ka pa lang sa ating channel. Paki-like, share nyo na rin guys sa mga mahilig sa ganitong klaseng video. So hanggang dito na lang muna guys. Maraming salamat. Hanggang sa muli. Bye bye.